What is going on, guys? Tom and Lori, you guys are here. Oh, let me clean this camera off. There. It's still kind of grainy. It's kind of dark in here. Oh, Karen made it. Welcome, you guys. Oh, I can't see, so I have to pull up another. I can't see. I have to actually participate in the live just so that I can see. Let me give me just a second here. I can't see comments on this end. I could see that Tom and Lori were here. There we go. So I have to actually bring up my own feed so I can see the comments. There we go. Hi guys. It has been a what is the proper term? A myriad? Tom, you're in the radio biz. A myriad of electrical problems. And we were supposed to be live by the pool tonight. I just scrambled back because for some reason the laptop would not fire up. So I am back at the coach. I don't know what I've got going on there, and maybe if Joe comes by, maybe he'll tell me what to do. But I don't know. The battery normally works just fine on this thing, and it's showing a full charge. Uh-oh. And there. I think we're back. Now we're back. Oh, it has been one electrical problem after another, but we started off the week with a water leak, and this has been an ongoing problem with a sink faucet we have in the back, and that led to replacing the lines on the sink faucet, and I got those all replaced. But now we had wet carpets, so had to go down to the Goodwill, and I managed to find almost a brand new carpet cleaner down the Goodwill for 25 bucks. I thought, well, that I just needed something to suck up the water, and now I'm thinking that I actually have a carpet cleaner that I'm going to have to figure out how to fit in the coach, and so it's been oh so I've been I don't know about you guys. um I work on projects. Karen isn't here, so Karen does kind of follow along with me, and and I tell her the different projects that I've got going. But the big project this week was not supposed to be a sink faucet leaking and trying to get all the water out of the carpet, which now the carpets are nice and clean, I have to admit. But I was working on a drawer and rebuilding a drawer to make it larger because we kept having stuff spill out of it. And I needed my nail gun. Now, the kind of the cool thing about a diesel pusher is, and you guys have the mirror in the background. Let's see if we can turn that and get the mirror. I didn't even know that could reach over there and see that. No, that's going the wrong way. Here, wait, like that. No, that like that, like that. Oh, what's going on with my hair? Oh, um. So, kind of the nice thing about a diesel pusher is I have a plug-in for an airline in the front. So you just start the engine, you run up the air, you run the airline to your nail gun, and now you have a nail gun that you can work on doing trim work. And in this case, I was working on the drawer. Well, I went to fire up the coach, and all I got was a click, the dreaded click. So I ended up it was we had to go through Thanksgiving, and hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving out there. Um, Happy Thanksgiving. Uh, but and now I've got a click, and so I chased down this problem with the um, starter. Well, I was thinking maybe it was batteries or a solenoid, or and I finally worked my way up to a starter. And I did as many tests as I could on said starter, and yeah, the starter was bad. I had managed to get into the resort where I'm parked now. I'm at Monte Vista in Mesa, Arizona. And this was, I finally committed to, okay, I've got to drop this starter out of the coach. And I don't know about you guys, I'm not a mechanic. So that was that was good. I've worked on my share of cars, but I don't like working on cars. I don't want to work on cars. So I I ended up dropping this starter out. Now, the difference between a car starter, which is about this big, and a diesel pusher starter, it's a truck starter. This is a truck engine in here. This thing weighs about 50 pounds, is about this big, and I didn't even want to get underneath this thing because it would seriously damage me if it fell on me. So I did manage to wrap a strap around it. I don't have anybody to help me work on it, but I've spent the last 30 years working by myself, doing contracting, and any place where I needed two people, I've always managed to figure out how to get the job done. And in this case, I wrapped a strap around it. I secured it. I got all the bolts out, got the thing down, and now comes the difficult part. I've got 2 days to basically find a starter and get it in. And today is Sunday. So uh, that turned into a little bit of a fiasco. Needless to say, the starter that I showed on the thumbnail for today, I did manage to get it into the coach. It is replaced. The coach is starting up beautifully now, and then I go. I'm elated. I talked to Karen, and we talked on the phone for a while. Had a little early happy hour, and I said, "Well, I got to go. I've got to grab the laptop and get all the stuff, the AT&T, and take it down. I'm going to do it poolside." I get down there with 5 minutes to spare, and the laptop won't fire up. So, not sure what's going on there, but um, I don't see I don't see it scrolling here. Are you guys out there? Let's try reloading this because I'm not seeing any chat. Oh, Imagine Travels, welcome. Thanks for coming. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm sorry that I I couldn't wish you a happy Thanksgiving last Sunday. That was the other gremlin. It has been one gremlin after the next. I couldn't do the live last Sunday. Um, just having I don't know if it was data trouble or if I was being throttled by AT&T, but I could not get a solid connection, anything that was meaningful that I could uh, put a put a live out. So, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? I know I talked to some of you. I talked to a couple people, and sounds like you guys did well. I ended up going to uh, oh, here at the resort. They had a big potluck, Thanksgiving potluck. Went there, had a great time. Spent a couple hours eating turkey and way too much of everything else, and so I did just fine. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do for Thanksgiving, being here alone, and the some of the tenants or some of the people here at the resort found out I was alone, and they weren't having any part of that. So whether I wanted to go or not, um, yeah, I was going to go to Thanksgiving. So cheers to them, and thank you guys if you're watching tonight. That was great. Really enjoyed it. So Imagine Travels, you just got back from a trip. Where did you guys go? And I don't see my brother on tonight. Hopefully, he is doing okay. He was actually stuck in Colorado, and he went to Boulder, Colorado to visit his daughter, who is going to college there. So he packed up the fifth wheel and mama, and they went to Colorado. And I remember when he was telling me that. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's bad juju. Colorado is probably not the place that you want to be in November, and I, I I think I told him that. Well, I talked to him I talked to him Thanksgiving, I believe it was, and he had 2 feet of snow on top of his fifth wheel, on top of his slides, and they were supposed to leave on Saturday. They did manage to get going. So I see my son in the house, and Chris says they got snow there in Central Oregon. Well, yeah, you guys have snow, definitely. I've got Karen is also there in Bend, Oregon, and she has updated me on all the winter wonderland that's going on over there. So if you guys are stuck in that, I am so sorry. I I it looks like it's pretty much going all the way across the country. But if it makes you feel any better, it has been a little chilly here. But we actually had a tornado, and I don't know if you guys saw on the news over the weekend, but there was a tornado alert on my phone, and that was about 5 o'clock in the morning, I guess it was. Well, I got up and looked at the rain coming down and the lightning all around me, and there's not much else you can do but look for it. I didn't see anything. Come to find out, it was 2 miles away. It did touch down and did a little bit of damage, blew some trees over, nothing too major, but you talk about unexpected. That was not something that I was expecting here in the banana belt of Phoenix, Arizona. So, Imagine Travels, Trap Pond State Park. Turkey dinner with some family. That is awesome. I don't know where Trap Pond State Park is. And Miss Tom and Lori, are you guys where are you guys at? Oh, Bakersfield. I believe you have family there. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Um Miss Karen still is not back here. She is in the chat room with you guys. I don't um I We're not really covering anything today, so she likes to stay in the chat and hang there. And love you, honey. I'm glad that you're here. Um, but I think I have had enough of Phoenix, Arizona, and as much as I have enjoyed my stay here, I I'm getting a bit overwhelmed with the city and city life. So, um, not to be a downer, I went into town. I had about 5 places to go just before Thanksgiving, and, I commented to Karen, I said, it's really depressing. I didn't see anybody smiling the entire day. Not the checkers, not the people, I'd hold a door open for a gal, um, they just walk in, uh, say hi to somebody walking by in the aisle at the store, and they just kinda look the other way, and I thought, "Boy, I don't know what it is, but I need to get to Quartzsite bad." So I think I'm heading to Quartzsite here after my daughter gets here, and she's going to spend a few days with me. I don't know if Karen's going to be back before then or not. Her mom has some health things going on, and so she is giving priority to mom where it belongs. But I think it's only Quartzsite is only about 2 hours away from Phoenix. So I love you, honey, but I think I'm going to go to Quartzsite where I can have some fresh air and kind of get out of this city world here. So especially after the week of strangeness that I've had with uh, water leaks and electrical problems, and it's like it would be nice to relax again. So, uh, let's see. Laurel, Delaware. That is where Trap Pond State Park is. You guys isn't it cold up there? Tom, and Lori, you guys are visiting your daughter for Family Day, for Turkey Day. Yes. And to be with family. No, good for you guys. Good for you guys. Now, are you guys going to Quartzsite? Are you headed that way? I think I remember you guys mentioning that. So you said you got Tom, you said you got a doctor's appointment next week and you're headed off south. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Well, hopefully we'll see you down there. So definitely hit us up, or at least hit me up, because I'm just hanging out. I'm hanging out and relaxing, and it's time to get some sunsets in, and um, kind of get away from the city world here. So, oh, you guys are headed to Indio. Love it there. That is actually, you reminded me, I need to cancel that reservation. I think that is where originally we were going to be for Christmas. And now I don't want to go that far away um, uh, from from Phoenix in case Miss Karen wants to come home. So, yeah, Dan and Jen said the same thing. The unfriendliness in Denver, and yeah, I don't know if it what it is. Maybe everybody is just a little bit tense because of the holidays. I tend to think that 99.9% of people are good and good intentioned, and maybe it's just the stress of holidays. I don't know, but um, but yeah, I remember them mentioning that about Denver, and I haven't spent a lot of time in Denver, but I didn't get the feeling like that until here in Phoenix, and there are still some nice people, and you still see smiles. But it seemed like the closer we got to Thanksgiving, they kind of, I don't know, they kind of stressed out or something. I don't know. Everybody here at the resort is happy, so you can kind of tell that. I almost hate to leave the resort, but there's shopping to do, parts to get, and I had to drive to about 32 miles to West Phoenix today, for what we thought was the starter that we're going to pick up. Wasn't the starter that I needed, wasn't the part that I needed, and had to drive all the way back. And yes, you have to drive the highways of Phoenix. And even on a Sunday, it is not a pleasant thing. So, Samuel Acavito Sr., I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Hello. Next exit. You guys are in Parker, headed to Quartzsite next week. Yes, there are bound to be happy faces in Quartzsite. Um, Definitely. I don't know how long you guys are going to be there. Would love to meet up with you guys. And if you can be around, I was thinking about actually doing a meetup. Anybody in Quartzsite that we meet up, definitely get together on Sunday. Would love to be in a crowd. It is much more fun to be with other people and kind of chat and talk with everybody out there. So, if you guys are going to Quartzsite and you're going to be there during one of our live events, we would love to have the company. And I, I, uh, I look back very fondly at the times we had with Dan and Jen, doing our lives with them. They were a lot of fun. So definitely, you never know what to expect. And no. Imagine Travels, same here. Everyone at campground was happy, but out in the stores we're a bit grumpy. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's up with that. I I, I think it's just the holiday stresses, you know. So my daughter is in the house. Bailey, hello. I love you, baby. So glad that you came by. They sounds like they had a good Thanksgiving out that way. I got to talk to them um, on Thanksgiving, and can't wait to see you too. Miss Bailey is coming out to be with me, and she's going to be here for a Sunday, so you're going to get to be on a live. Hopefully, everybody wants to see or meet you. So the I put the thumbnail, and if you're just joining us, um, we've been tackling a myriad of electrical gremlins this week. Um, Bailey, you don't want to. Everybody talk Bailey into being on the Sunday live. She's going to be here. I'm going to try to convince her she has to be on with me. So, but anyway, we had a water leak to start the week out. We had another project that I was working on. I went to start the coach and I got simply a click, and the dreaded click. And I thought maybe it was something related because I just replaced the batteries on the coach. And no, I unfortunately did some tests, everything that I could find online that I could do myself, and no, uh, it was a goner. It was a goner. So got that in today. It was a success. Actually, it was a huge success because the new starter spins up faster, turns easier. It's almost effortless. And I'm wondering if my old starter, I was telling Karen this on the phone earlier, I'm wondering if the old starter actually killed the batteries, the chassis batteries on the coach, because I did have to replace and put two more golf cart batteries in. So now we are rocking six golf cart batteries. We have no more separate chassis batteries. And you should have heard that thing turn over when I turned the key. It just spun up like no effort whatsoever. So really great to hear that. But oh, see, yep, Karen talked Bailey into it. She needs to do it. She's actually Bailey. I am saving because we're coming back here to Monte Vista, and Bailey is going to be here with me, my daughter, and we are going to do a campground review or a review of the resort here because we haven't done a video on this resort yet. I haven't done one yet because they are right in the middle of a big renovation on their pool and hot tub, and it is the coolest pool and hot tub. It's a saltwater tub. It is a waterfall tub that comes down over rocks, and it is really awesome. So hopefully, by the time that Bailey gets here, they will be done with that project, and I can kind of show that on a review of this campground. But Monte Vista has been great. There is so much to do here. Um, really, the first time that Karen and I stayed here, there really we didn't leave. There was so much to do here, and we actually made cups for each other for Christmas, and I still have those in the cabinet there, and they're rocking little cups. It's the first time I've ever worked with ceramics, and bless my mom, she used to do them all the time. I didn't realize what was involved in doing ceramics, so that was kind of my first experience with it, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But lapidary, woodworking shops, a full blown softball stadium. I don't know if it's definitely a field. It's got bleachers, big bleachers on both sides, plus a big clubhouse with a snack bar down below. A pretty impressive place. So we'll definitely get a video on that and kick that out, and and hopefully my daughter will help me work on that. So we'll get her on camera too. But keep on RVing. Hi, guys. Glad that you got here. Welcome. Happy late Thanksgiving. And hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. What is going on with you guys out there? I'm having a bad hair day. Look at that. I don't know what I got to do with my hair here. Bailey says lots of snow. I know you got lots of snow. That's why I'm not there. How much snow have you guys got? And if you don't know where Bend, Oregon is kind of our home base, and that's kind of where when people ask where we're from, that's where we're from. And if you threw a dart right at the middle of Oregon, you just about hit the city of Bend. And Bend is kind of it's kind of a ski town in the winter and a golf haven in the summer. And I spent a lot of years plowing snow and working in the snow there through 30 years, just about, of winters. And I'm done with the winters. So um, when Karen and I left there, we kind of developed a no snowflake policy. We are avoiding snow at all costs for now and into the near future. But Bend is one of those places that you definitely want to visit if you've never been there before. Visit during the summer. Beautiful summers there, and I couldn't recommend it enough. And if you are a skier, you know, Bend is a skier's paradise. So they've got Mount Bachelor there. It's only about 30 minutes away, and it is an amazing place to ski. I'm just burnt out on the snow just because I used to work in it for 30 years, and so no. And you guys keep the snow. So 10 to 12 inches, you guys are saying out there. Wow. Imagine Travels, just rain here. We were just below the rain snow line this weekend. Good. That's not bad. I did hear from my brother later on today. They were stuck in Colorado under 2 feet of snow, broken water lines, and really dealing with a lot there for their trip to see their daughter in Boulder. They ended up, they did manage to get out of there on Saturday. And I told them, go south, young man, go south. And they headed down to Albuquerque. They made it into Albuquerque just fine. They did head across 40. I was a little concerned about them heading across 40. They got across 40 and they're headed back for California, where they live in the Bay Area. And I heard from him later on this afternoon that they did make it to Kingman. They made it through okay. And so they are doing great. And I'm actually kind of relieved because um, I had heard that they had closed down 40 here just a few days ago for a bunch of snow and freezing weather. So I'm glad that they made it through. Marcy Webb, welcome. Hi. Rainy in the mid-Atlantic, eastern shore of Maryland. That's some beautiful country. Karen and I got up there and saw some of your fine state here this last summer and really enjoyed it. Oh, raining in southeast PA. Well, get ready because I think it's coming. I don't want to be a naysayer, but there's a winter storm front that's kind of going across the whole United States, so everybody's kind of having trouble with it. It's actually been a little bit cool here in Arizona. Uh, the uh, typically when I first got here it was about 70 degrees during the day, 60 at night. It has dropped down into the mid 40s. And I even heard my heat pump this morning go into defrost cycle, which tells me it was close to 40. And the temperature today, I don't think we topped 67 degrees. I'm not sure. We're at 64 degrees now. Um, so it has actually been a little cooler here than what it has been for the last week and a half or so. But warm, melt. I agree, honey. And you have to try to get over to your mom. So I. Why am I nervous for all you people in the snow? For crying out loud! I guess I feel kind of bad because I'm not in it, and you guys are over there kind of getting around. Last I talked to Karen there in Bend, they had the main streets you could drive on, but um the side roads, side streets were not plowed, and so it really took four-wheel drive to get around and do anything. So I don't know if that has gotten better for you guys yet or not. And I think Miss Karen and I were sitting there talking, and I was so elated about the starter working that I forgot to ask how the roads were doing there. No, she says. Bailey, you say it's better. Karen, you say no. So that's the difference between one side of town and the other side of town. That's all it takes. So keep on RVing. You leave in 41 days. That is awesome. When which direction are you going? Did you so fill us in and tell us you found you have a rig, you have uh what have you had to go through? Uh, So Karen, where you're at, Karen is staying with her daughter at her place, and no, she needs four-wheel drive. So nope, no getting out where she's at. Bailey, you're on the other side of town, and you're saying it's way better. So, oh, now Bailey's admitting she does have all-wheel drive. So good for you guys. Oh, what is everybody drinking? We're doing rum and coke tonight. I saw uh, Tom. You mentioned Tom or Lori. I don't know which one of you guys was chatting, but if I think you mentioned wine, so wine was on the agenda. Oh, look at that! I have. Oh, okay. Who is that? Tom or Lori likes the cab. Now, believe it or not, I just switched back over to the live stream and I have scrolling live chat, so it somehow is working. And Tom, you good man. Okay, so now Lori, is she a white drinker or not a drinker or oh you're both doing the cab. Jack on the rocks for next exit. I am with you. Although I generally not on the rocks. It's Jack usually in my coffee. And I don't know. Today I actually did something odd. I'm out of whiskey for my Irish coffee, and I had to use some of Miss Karen's vodka. And I told her, I said, it's a Russian coffee. Did I have that right? Is that a Russian coffee if you use vodka? Keep on RVing. You have a Class A, been living in it full time while restoring an old house, retiring early to do some work camping. That is awesome. I'm excited for you guys. Tom is all red. Lori, red in the winter, white in the summer. Really? Red in the. I've heard of people changing up their wines for the food they're eating. I don't think I've heard anybody change their wine for the season. So that's a new one on me, but I like it. So I am mostly a red drinker. Every now and then, um, Karen is having some of her white, and that looks really good. And I'll have some of that. But no, keep on RVing. You guys are heading south. I don't blame you. To my boo, Bailey, you're headed off to dinner. We will see you in 2 weeks. You have a good night. I love you. Bye, baby. Oh, Knob Creek, and then went this weekend. So back to just soda tonight. Ah, so we're taking it easy. Did you overdo it for Thanksgiving? What is up with that? You tell her. We'll see you soon, Bailey. I'll talk her into doing it. She's gonna do it with me. Not only she's gonna do the campground review, but I'm gonna get her to do the live. So I really love that girl. Yeah, right, Marcy. Yeah, sounds logical to me. Vodka is more Russian. Yeah, the reason we have Irish coffee, we put Irish whiskey in our coffee. But if you put vodka in the coffee, I yeah, I don't know if there is such a thing as a Russian coffee, but that's what I had earlier before I came on with you guys. So we had 6 thumbs up from you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Whoever is thumbs upping, I didn't get to see it on the other one, but I get to see it here. So thank you. Oh, Well, what is going on? Did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? I don't know so I know some people kind of come in and some people go out, but I hope that you guys had a good Thanksgiving. You got to be with family and ate way too much food. I did hear myself. I had Thanksgiving here at the resort. They had a big kind of a potluck, and my job was simple. I brought over some wine and some dinner rolls that I cooked up. So I didn't have a lot of cooking to do, but I also kind of miss the leftovers. So, how many people are tired of the leftovers? Oh, keep on RVing. Great time with the family. That is awesome. Losing the feed. Are you? Yeah, if I'm not watching the other one, I don't really know. No, we're still doing good on our AT&T, so maybe it'll hold in there. So, James Ketney's, hi everyone. I am. Yes, you are. You are here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. That is awesome. I'm really glad to have you guys here. I missed doing this last week. I apologize. We had some technical difficulties going on, and I could not keep a data connection to save my life. It's not great here, but um, it was one of those things that I just finally had to call it at a certain point and just say, no, I can't do it. And that's unfortunately, I was hoping to tell everybody to have a good Thanksgiving. I didn't get to do that. I was kind of bummed. And, uh, and so I'm glad that you guys made it. Isn't a white Russian made with Kahlua vodka and cream? That would be pretty close because Kahlua is coffee based. And I just made it with hot coffee instead of Kahlua. Yeah, Kahlua. I've made Kahlua before, and one of my favorite drinks is Kahlua, uh, Bailey's, or I don't know what that other cream is. Now I'm drawing a blank. Um, Irish whiskey and coffee, and I think they call that a millionaire's coffee or something like that. We did that for a number of months, but and I was making my own Kahlua and making my own Carol Ann's, and finally I just started switching over to whatever creamer we happen to have here, coffee and a little bit of whiskey, and it made life go on. So keep on RVing. You guys hit a deer and totaled your Jeep. Holy moly! I am so sorry to hear that. Um, so are you guys gonna replace that, or what are you guys gonna do? Sounds like that might send you under the table. Actually, it's not bad. I have a 2 drink limit. I don't know if you guys know that about me. We have our happy hours and so forth. Karen knows, and I stick pretty good to it. I've had a number of certifications, federal and otherwise, over the years through the military and so forth. And I've also had a commercial driver's license. So I have had a 2 drink limit my entire life, pretty much. And I have found that that keeps me out of trouble. It's not to say that I haven't had a few parties and a few Halloween parties and Christmas parties and things like that. I certainly didn't drive, and but I also kind of learned my lesson that if I keep it at 2 drinks, I'm I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'll usually drink the first one if we're with mixed company. I'll drink the first one normally, but if you ever watch me, the second one I will nurse until the cows come home. And I am on my second one tonight. We're about an hour into happy hour, and I still have this much left. And that will be it for me for tonight. So I don't tend to drink to extremes. And hopefully you guys don't either. I never want to hear anybody having a problem at a happy hour. It's fun to visit with you guys, but always want to make sure that we keep it in check. So, yes, Wise, he has a CDL. So anybody that knows about a commercial driver's license knows we have a legal limit of half of the amount of alcohol that you can uh, register if you get pulled over, or and you can't have any alcohol in your system if you're driving a truck. I don't drive truck. I haven't in many years, but I still value my commercial driver's license, and I kind of respect that to the point where I don't want to risk that as well. So, yeah, if the state limit is typically 0.08 for a CDL holder, that drink limit or that what you can register if a police officer pulls you over is 0.04, half the legal limit, and they can write you a DUI ticket, and you run the risk of losing that commercial driver's license. So I have found that it keeps me from getting in trouble. So I kind of like that. And two drinks. Imagine travels. Two drinks is your limit too. Good for you. Good for you. Keep on RVing. You're looking to replace the Jeep, just not quite yet. Yeah, and I feel bad for you. That came home for happy hour and drank alone. Oh no. Well, cheers. I'm right with you. Although Miss Karen is in the room, she's although she might be going in and out. I don't know if this feed is going out okay. But coffee drink cup of mud. My is a coffee drink cup of mud. I am a coffee aholic. So I normally have coffee. I don't know what it is tonight. Rum and Coke sounded good. So I'm doing rum and Coke tonight. But I when I was talking to Miss Karen earlier, uh, I had my usual Irish coffee. Actually, it was a Russian coffee, and if you weren't here, that was vodka in my coffee. So we went from Irish to Russian, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. But oh, well, what else is exciting out there? Keep on RV and lost a Jeep. That's awful. Is anybody else? I mean, hopefully everybody else is not having the. I don't know if it's something in, and how many people out there are sick. I have run into a ton of people that are sick, and I don't know if it's something to do with the holidays. It might. We all tend to come together, and we're meeting with family, and so colds and sickness in general just kind of spread quickly. And I have run into a ton of people that are sick so far. Knock on wood. I've been doing okay, but I'm trying to watch my step around here. So, uh, Tom and Lori, I don't know if you guys are still in here. If you guys don't know Tom and Lori, they have a YouTube channel. Definitely go and check those guys out. They are a lot of fun to watch. And um, Tom is a little bit crazy, but Lori's really cool. So just saying, love you guys. But no, definitely check out their channel. And I always like to give a shout out if anybody comes in. Oh, Tom is a lot bit crazy. Well, we have to admit these things, right? And if we get that, uh, the first step in healing or Solving those things is admitting our problem. No, I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that you're doing well. Hey, speaking of which, your Saturday mornings, I thought, you could be doing those live. I'm not saying anything. You could be doing those live, and I would just love that. So I'm just going to give you a little push, and it would be great to see you guys live because you basically do the same thing as I'm doing right here, and it's a lot of fun to watch it. It would be a lot of fun to see you guys have some interaction with everybody. So not enough makeup to be live. Well, you're going on camera and you're filming yourselves anyway. So just do it. Just say, you know what? Instead of filming this, let's just go live, and would be great. So, and I was trying to talk Dan and Jen into doing that, and so far I have not seen them do a live, but I'm telling you, Dan is really close to wanting to do that. So hopefully he'll do that here pretty soon, because it is really fun. I really enjoy you guys. I enjoy you guys coming in and having happy hour together. So it's kind of a way to it's kind of like friends all sitting down and having a drink. So kind of talking about what happened for the week, and really enjoyed it. So imagine travels. Imagine travels. You guys are hitting your share of deer there in the mid-Atlantic, huh? I went 25 years in Bend, Oregon without hitting a deer. And then I went 2 years, I hit 3 deer. I don't know what it was, but that seemed to be a sign that I needed to get out of there. I don't know. Hopefully there wasn't too much damage with those deer. Deer do cause some damage. Well, we are running up onto our happy hour. So keep on our yeah, they're keep on RV and says thanks Imagine Travels. There seems to be more this year. I think you're talking about the deer, and I think you're right. In general, I have seen more deer, and not just in any one particular area. I've been seeing more deer in general. So I don't know if that's a trend or what's going on there, but hopefully, I know that they can do a heck of a lot of damage on a coach. If you know anything about these things, they're all fiberglass up front, and you hit even a dog will tear up a front cap something fierce, and I a deer will literally shred it, and I've seen it, and it's expensive. It's expensive to get fixed. So I'm, you know, it's 40,000 pounds of weight, and one of the things that I've kind of told Karen, and I know myself from driving them, it's best not to try to swerve. If you can avoid it, great, but it's best not to swerve or anything else. You just kind of have to commit to hitting it, and hope that everything turns out okay. But they do an immense amount of damage to the fiberglass on the front end of these things. So yeah, better the Jeep than the motorhome. I have to tell you, out of the 3 deer that I hit, it caused some damage on my vehicles, but yeah, I that's with steel and bumpers and a lot of reinforcement. So you start doing that with a fiberglass front end, and it would be the equivalent probably of hitting it with a Corvette, although the Corvette they'd probably bounce over the top. So I don't know how that would work, but we are wrapping it up, guys. I think that's enough for tonight. I am so glad that you guys came by. I'm glad that you guys all had a good Thanksgiving. I didn't really set up a topic of conversation tonight because we had so much going on trying to get this um, starter replaced and fixed on the coach. If you're joining us late, um, we did get. I got the starter in. It turned out great. Started right up. It was happy time. Did a little high five over the phone with Miss Karen, and hopefully that is enough gremlins. But Marcy Webb, safe travels all. Yes, absolutely to you too. Good night, James Cantonese. Good night, everyone. Be safe. Tom and Lori, so glad that you guys stopped by, and good on you for wine. Maybe you've inspired me. I will probably make next weekend's live wine because that sounds really good right now. And you guys all have a good night. It is a lot of fun, and it is really nice to touch bases with you guys. So, Tom and Lori, if we can meet with you guys in Courtside, I would love to get together with you guys and do a live. So definitely, we'll see you. We'll definitely see you in Courtside. Hopefully, we'll be there at the same time. But um, you guys, imagine travels, safe travels to all. Run over the gremlins, not the deer. I agree with you 100%. Please do. If you see a gremlin, run him over. They don't cause much damage. Well, as long as they don't climb aboard. So make sure you're going fast enough. My love, Karen, good night. And I will probably talk to you tonight. And you guys have a good night, all. And so glad that you could be here. We will see you next week. Hopefully, cross our fingers. We will be at probably Harrah's Action Casino in Maricopa, is where I'm thinking about going from here. So, but wherever it is, if as long as I have a data connection, I'll be on because I really enjoy seeing you guys. So you guys take care. We'll see you next time. Bye all.